So Grit is an open source to-do list and habit tracker that I made for myself because I was tired of Loop's UI. So Loop is another habit tracker that is really good, but it uses the old material two components and it looks like this. It's perfectly functional app. It works pretty well, but I wanted an app with only the features that I use, and it looked modern with the Material 3 look and all. So I started building Grit, and there is this kind of a stigma around beginner apps like to-do lists and habit tracker apps. Like they are super easy and people just copy paste code from other apps to make them, but I wanted to make this from the ground up by my own. So yeah, making a habit tracker, it's a completely valid project in my opinion, because you need to handle notifications if you are building for mobile, and you need to handle database. You need to create a simple database and managing migrations when you add a new feature into your app. Like for example, if you add a reminder for your tasks, for that you need to edit all of the tasks in your database and add a reminder time in that. So that handling the migration from the previous database to the newer database, it's a task in itself. So if you want to go for a habit tracker app as a beginner project, it's completely valid project. You should only make apps that you actually want, like projects which actually solve your problems are way better than any copy paste project from YouTube or something like that. So it's better to just find your problem and start working on it. And one of my problems was I was tired of Loop's old UI, and it had way too many features that I didn't use. So I made Grit, which is a simpler version of Loop Habit Tracker basically. But the code for Grit, it's all written by me from the ground up. And I just wanted to revisit because I'm starting to forget a lot of things. So yeah, Grid was completely Android based, like a complete UI written in Jetpack Compose, and it was only an Android only project. But a few months ago, I started to migrate all of the UI components to Compose multi-platform, and it's worth it because I can just within GitHub CI action, I can just deploy a demo version of my app to GitHub pages like this. And people who just want to see a demo version of my app, they can see it like this. They can resize it to see what it looks like in mobile devices. Let me hide this sidebar. Yeah, this works exactly like a mobile device now. This is how the app will look in a mobile device. This is how the app will look in a tablet. And they can just go to the habits section and check out all of the different analytics that are available. And this is this is basically a demo UI. This is not editing anything in the database, in any database or something. This is all runtime stuff, and this is only meant to give new users a demo of the app without actually installing the app, because people these days are very hesitant when it comes to installing new apps on their phone. So this is something I made. It's available on the Play Store, and I wouldn't have guessed, like, at all, that this app will be the app that will make me the most money from a given project. So yeah, it has around 1,000 downloads right now. My other app, which is my other more popular app, Rush, It has around $10,000, but it has actually made me less money than the habit tracker, because people who would install the habit tracker are more likely to commit and purchase a subscription for it. So you might be thinking like, it's an open source app. Well, where does the subscription money come from? So the it's an open source app. Like if you go to GitHub, if you download the APK from GitHub from F-Droid or Easy Android, then you will get all the features that the app has to offer. But for Play Store, only for Play Store, I have paywalled certain features, like some analytics are blurred, and to view them, you actually need to pay, and you can set up to 5 habits only. Because uh, because I wanted to try out Revenue Cat. I am monetizing them with Revenue Cat SDK. Really good SDK for Kotlin multi-platform developers, for all kinds of developers, I guess. And they handle paywalls, they handle subscriptions, they handle basically everything that you need to uh, monetize your app. I wanted to try that out, and in that process make some money. And I really hate Google Play Store, and I want users who find out about F-Droid, who find out about my app. They are kind of, I like to think they are kind of encouraged to think to download APKs from GitHub or F-Droid instead of installing them from Play Store. I want this is just my part in dismantling uh, Google's monopoly in Android app distribution space. I really hate getting a developer account was a really tough uh, part for me, and the constant fear that my developer account might get stolen. I get tons of emails every day of people trying to buy my developer account or buy the apps that I have in my developer account. People be calling me, and yeah, it's really frustrating to own a developer account. That's the sad reality right now. So so the subscriptions are also kind of like a toll tax for that. And yeah, yes, these are the screenshots. If I tried to integrate materially expressive stuff, but I am not all in on materially expressive, because I want to keep some parts of the UI that are like genuinely thought of by me. Of course, this is all inspired from GitHub's commit button UI and calendar UI, but these things I want to make them like the genuine uh, component for my app, like my genuine ideas. And the widgets are also there. Widgets are really annoying in Android. I made a video about that like months ago, but now I have figured out what's wrong with the widgets, and it's pretty much fixed. It doesn't update still. It doesn't update on many OEMs, many Android skins, but in Pixel UIs, I think it's working perfectly. Then these are the features. I have a roadmap discussion to plan out everything that I want to do with this app in the future. There are a tons of issues, and one thing I've noticed with apps like this, people think that it's really easy to add features, and people think that no, working on a free open source app, like I owe them something, like I am obliged to implement all the features that they ask for. So yeah, some people in open source are like that. I just ignore them. And some are really nice people. They are really nice to talk to, and they give some good genuine feedback. They offer to test the APKs for me, and it's really positive. Overall, it's like 90% positive and 10% weird people who like really get like you don't think about the good things happening. Or maybe it's a me problem. I don't think about the good things happening with me. I only ponder on the bad, unexpected things that happen. So yeah, I want to eventually make this app like something like Duolingo, streaks and encouragement type stuff. Like I want to integrate a local machine learning model, completely offline, completely privacy friendly. You can just disable the internet permission for this app if you want, and it will like show you customized notifications and customized messages all offline. I haven't figured out how to do it because the latest Gemma models that have been released by Google, which are the only models that actually run on Android devices, they are like 500 megabytes, and people don't download apps which are 500 megabytes unless it's a game. So yeah, these models, how developers use them right now, they uh, download it after you have installed the app. So you have installed the app, they will ask you to wait for some time while they download the model for machine learning and stuff. It's it's a work in progress. So I'm waiting for a new breakthrough in this space so that I can integrate these personalized AI features into this app. I was thinking about using something from MLKit, but it's proprietary library. All the models are under uh, Google's closed source something. Yeah, I can't really distribute the APKs if I use them in F-Droid and Easy Android because they don't allow for proprietary libraries. This was all about the app. It's sitting at around 670 stars right now. I'm using these libraries, Compose Calendar, Compose Icons, and yeah, I failed to mention here Compose multi-platform. So I'm using, as I said earlier, I'm using Compose multi-platform to share the UI part of my app. The UI part is totally shared, and the state, which can be instantiated in a view model or a state handler type of class. And I'm really proud of the fact that this app, like the entire UI, is purely a function of state. Like if you have a state, if you create a state, you can test all the scenarios in my app, all the possible scenarios, and with the UI part. So it's really easy to add new features and really easy to refactor anything if I want to later. Previously, I wrote a lot of spaghetti noob kind of code, and it was looking real uglier as I learned more about design principles and architecture stuff. But now I am confident that every part of this app is like adhering to all the modern MVI principles, and it's really maintainable. I'm really happy because it's satisfying. Let's talk about the code. So yeah, this is Android Studio. I've opened up the app. I have two workflows right now, three workflows. One creates the demo web version of the app by compiling the UI part and just hosting that in GitHub pages. And it works on every commit. Then there is the release. If I if I make a commit and I annotate, I in the commit message I put this tag in the start of the commit, then the workflow will execute the release, build the release APK, and it will just publish it in GitHub. It will not publish it to Play Store. I still have to do it manually. I was looking into solutions for that, but most of them are paid and I just don't trust them. So I am preferring to do it manually for now. Then there is the beta. If I put the tag like release, I replace the release with beta, then it will create a beta APK and send it to my Discord where people can test it. And yeah, These are the workflows that I have. Then this is the main app module, and yeah, this is the main Android app module. This contains all the code for the Android app. No UI code here, and all the view models, all the widgets, and this server thing. This was something I was experimenting upon. Like I wanted to create a companion server for my app to use in desktop. It was going good. It's complete. I can say it's complete, but I still haven't found a reliable way to distribute uh, desktop apks, compose multi-platform desktop apks, especially for platforms like Linux. And the desktop apks tend to exceed like 200 megabytes when bundled with the Java runtime. So I just didn't like that, so I stopped doing it. I will I think I let's see if something better comes up with Kotlin multi-platform desktop distribution, then I will resume working on it. So yeah, and this is the core part, contains all the core components, UI modules, UI common functions that I use throughout my app. Nothing special to talk about here. Yeah, the least amount of permissions, the least invasive permissions that I need are here. What? Okay. So months ago, the maintainer for the Easy Android repository opened the issue saying that there were some permissions that should not be there, like read phone state and read external storage. At first, I thought that I didn't add them there, but these are present in the Android manifest. I added them with the tag to remove them, but remove those permissions. I I was like shocked there, like it was like really scary moment for me. So yeah, I I explicitly said the Android compiler, Android SDK to remove these permissions from the final build of the app. And it removed it, but it's also introducing some other permissions that I didn't put them there. It's very frustrating. It's very bewildering. It's very infuriating, and I don't want to deal with it. So I just ignore it. Then these are the badges for the GitHub repository. I made them in Figma, I guess. Yeah, in Figma. So when I was migrating the UI of Grid to a more materially expressive kind of look, I where is the design file here? So I designed it first in Figma. Yeah, it looks like this, and it turned out pretty well. It looks, I hope it looks exactly like how the UI turned out. Designed it here first. So yeah, these are the badges. This is the fast lane. So in apps which are in F-Droid or Easy Android, they scan this folder called Fastlane. It's a entire suite of tools which comes under this Fastlane program written in Ruby. I hate Ruby, so I just copied this folder structure from another app and just replaced all the necessary stuff in there. I don't want to set up Fastlane myself because I hate Ruby. Like it's a good language, but No, I want my types. I want to express. I want to express my errors. I want to explicitly handle my errors. So yeah. And there is the Gradle file. Nothing interesting to see here. I hope all the libraries that I'm using. This is a shared part of my app. Shared KMP module for my app, and it contains all the common UI part for my app, like the habits UI. It's neatly structured here, and I'm using Windows, this local window size class. This is a custom compose runtime parameter that I'm using to find out what window size I'm currently right now. And yeah, it's adaptive to different window sizes with the help of this. Then there is the web part. This is the web UI, and it's also a desktop UI. And I will show you the build.gradle file. So there is a wasm.js target. Wasm.js is web assembly, and then there is the JVM target, which is Java desktop app. I have a lot of things to say about WebAssembly. Like, it's good, it's very good, but it takes a lot of time to load. Like the final app sizes end up around like 12 megabytes, and users have to wait for like 5 to 10 seconds, and by that time everybody just clicks off because we have a attention span crisis right now. And yeah, wasm.js building UIs with wasm WebAssembly, it's not that good. Like your users will hate it because of the loading times. So I'm just using that for the demo UI. That's pretty much it. I won't go all in into the code and try to explain it. uh, Now that I think about it, I should go all in into the code and explain it. So yeah, as I said earlier, there's the all of my UI is all consolidated in a graph composable. Like for the habits part of my app, there's this habits graph composable, which has these 3 pages: habits list, habit analytics, and overall analytics according to the window size. Whether you are on a tablet or on your phone, the UI decides to display both together or display only one screen. And yeah, that's pretty much the behavior. And you might have noticed this habits graph, which controls all the habit part of the UI. It takes only a habit state and then lambda, on action lambda, which takes a habit action and returns unit, which is nothing. So yeah, as I said earlier, the UI is purely the function of state. No view models here and there, no dirty injecting view models into composables. And yeah, everything is testable. Everything is like, if I create a preview and only edit the state, I can test every part of my app easily. Like in the IDE itself, I don't even have to fire up the emulator. It's just so satisfying. Good job. Then there is the habits action, which is just defining a set of actions that the UI can perform. This habits graph, this on action lambda, it takes a type of habit action, then it tells the state handler or whatever that is controlling the state that this action has been requested, and that handler will update the state likewise. So let me give you an example with the habit view model. So this habit view model is creating a state which is, I will show you this type, which is the habit state. And this habit state is collected in my top level composable for the app, which is this simply named grid composable function. Here I collect the habit state from the view model. I inject the habit view model, then I collect the habit state from it. I don't inject the view model anywhere else in my app. And yeah, this is the on action, which takes the habit action, which then compares what kind of action has been performed, and according to that, it does the action that was requested. Pretty simple, pretty satisfying, and yeah, that's it. So there is the alarm scheduler interface. I implement this interface for Android separately. I haven't implemented it for desktop because I have no idea what should I use to display notification in desktop. Like there is no way I can do it. Like for Windows, there will be a different API. For Mac, there will be different API. So I will not do that. For Android, I am using the notification alarm manager API. Here, the notification alarm scheduler, and I'm using the alarm manager API. Sometimes it produces like non-deterministic results, like I scheduled an alarm and it will not give me the alarm at the promised time. It's very annoying, but after one or two failures, it seems to work fine consistently. So I haven't thought much about that. And yeah, previously I was using Java time utilities like java.time, and it's great. It has all the time utilities that you might need. But when I wanted to make it multi-platform, I needed to use a multi-platform library. So I decided to switch to Kotlin X datetime. Kotlin X datetime is still in beta, but it's full-fledged. You can use it in production projects. For many days it was like this back and forth. I would open a branch, then start working on Kotlin next datetime, then get burnt out, then abandon it, delete that branch, then I will start again the next day. It was like this back and forth, and then finally one day I decided to fuck it and just sit down and migrate all the Java time things to Kotlin next datetime. And yeah, it's going pretty good. The database migrations work, the time works perfectly, no issues there at all. One singular issue was there which I rectified quite quickly. Yeah, it's pretty good right now. And I have also tests for my database migrations, and yeah, I'm just fully secure with the position that this app is at right now. People like I'm getting like around 5 to 10 subscriptions a month. Honestly, I didn't expect anyone to buy this app because I thought that the market for to-do list and habit tracker apps are it's like very saturated, but I'm really taken aback by how much attention this app is getting. And I just want to say that this app was meant to solve my problem, and I wanted this app to be like in the way that I want. I don't want to implement all the tiniest feature that you might need. I think I can build a platform for things like that, like an AI agent to build a to-do list and habit tracker app according to your needs. I think it's a really great idea. uh, let's see if I can do that. I will keep grid as it is right now because yeah, this is like a very proud point for me, the stability it has right now. And I think the world needs a software suite to like it will ask you a bunch of questions, what kind of habit tracker you want, how many times you want to be reminded, what kind of habits do you want to set, and like it will solely focus on those parameters. I think there's a niche for that I can capitalize. So yeah, that's enough yapping about this app. Okay,